Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse exclusive Spider-Man the Animated Series VHS style 2-pack cel-shaded version of Daredevil and Hydro Man. I think I covered all my bases with that, but you know what I'm talking about with this set. And Hasbro, when are you just going to give us a straight up Daredevil? I loved the 3-pack one. Obviously I modified the absolute crap out of it. I love this Daredevil. This is so cool. It looks so much better also not under studio lights. It looks not great right now, I'm going to be honest. But when are you guys going to give us just a single release of Daredevil? First we got the 3-pack that was Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and now we have this one, which is a 2-pack and exclusive to Hasbro. Like, why are you guys doing that? Why can't we get just a straight up, Street Heroes wave with a classic Iron Fist and Daredevil and all this stuff? Like, why are we getting Daredevil with all these other characters? We don't need, he doesn't need to be the center point of selling other characters. He needs to just be in his own set. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this set, and I couldn't be happier with half of this set. The other half, I don't care. Can you tell which one I'm talking about? I am excited to have Hydro Man. I think he's going to look great alongside, he's going to stand out like crazy on my Spider-Man shelf, and I'm very happy about that. And I really like the effects that come with him as well, which we'll get into more here in a second when we get to accessories. But this Daredevil is obviously, for, I would say, probably all of us, what sold us on wanting this set, especially if you missed out on the 3-pack version. And if I'm going to be completely real with you guys, I think this version is better than the 3-pack version. I like that 3-pack version, I do. But this one, everything that, the contrast with it, the cel shading for it looks very reminiscent of, the classic Daredevil, and all that stuff. And then obviously as well, it's very reminiscent of the animated series as well, which this is based on. And the stuff you get with this versus that 3-pack, I think this is worth it more so for me, especially with the aftermarket prices. This is where you're going to want to put your money, honestly. So, without further ado, let's get into what they come with. So as you can see on Hydro Man right now, he has a pair of open hands, and then he also has these really cool wave effects, which have some white on them, which is really cool, which he's going to fall when I do this, but here we go. And these look really great. I like these. Let's get this focused real quick, but these are going to be really cool for ACBA type purposes and whatnot. The white on there, to look more like waves and all that stuff, but especially putting them right here, if you want, you could have it be up close and look like waves are crashing and the world's ending and all that stuff. Could be really cool for some Godzilla type ACBA as well. But then Hydro Man also comes with a pair of fists, which I really do like this Hydro Man. I am dropping everything right now. I'm going to blame it on the fact that I'm sick. Can you tell? Can you hear it in my voice? But I really do like the Hydro Man. I think he's a really cool addition from... I think he's a really cool differentiation from the other one we got, and the fact that he's just entirely water. It's very reminiscent of the Sandman that we got from the No Way Home wave, where he's just entirely made of sand. So if you have that original one, you can go ahead and just use this as he's projecting a water version of himself to have, to fight Spider-Man 2-on-1, sort of even the odds kind of thing. Then as for Daredevil, as you can see on him right now, he has one grip hand currently on this side, and then of course his batons, as well as having the one in his holster currently. But he also comes with a pair of open hands, which you can see one right here, and then here's the other one. The fingers are closed together on the middle ones, which I don't know why, but they're not a big deal. I do like that we have these. I would have loved to have gotten these on the other one, but thankfully, and we'll talk about it more as we go on, they're the same color, at least for the most part. So you can definitely put these on the other Daredevil if you want to, which I really appreciate. Then as for the grip hand, we also have an opposite side one, so he can hold both of his sticks. Unfortunately, why do they keep giving us these hands for Daredevil? Why does he have back and forth hinges? He should have up and down. I don't know why they keep doing that. And he also comes with a pair of fists, which these look really good as well. All the sets of hands have nice sculpting on them to where they have some slight wrinkles and all that stuff to make it look more like a costume as opposed to just a naked fist, which is really cool. And then he also comes with the same, I don't even know what to really call this, the wire for his billy clubs. I think, it's not bendy or anything like that, but you can bend it and shape it a little bit, but it will, of course, go back to its original shape. And this is actually different from the 3-pack one. This is a lot darker, so if you wanted a darker one, there you go. And then looking back at Matt, we have the beautiful head sculpt on him right now. I I really like this cell shading. I think it looks so good on him. Like I said, it looks a lot better in just natural light. Under the studio lights, it doesn't look as great because it's so shiny and everything, which you could hit this with a dull coat, and it would definitely take the shine down a decent amount. But like I said, under studio lights, it's not that bad. I really like the opposition between the actual red areas of his suit and then the red that has the black shading, you know, for like shadow effect and whatnot, which is very reminiscent, like I said, of the classic comics as well as the 90s show when he appeared in that episode. And I love how this head sculpt looks. It's the same exact head sculpt as we got with the 3-pack one, but like I said, it has more shading on it, which looks really good. The eyes look a lot better because you can see them. The black on this just really makes this figure so much better, because that other one was entirely red and it just looked like a blank red figure. It didn't look that great. And then I added, you know, obviously I added a whole bunch to it, but originally I added the black around the eyes to the 3-pack one, and this just made it so much nicer. But then what made this figure even better and took it to a whole nother level is they gave him an alternate angry head with the same cell shading, which looks really good. Absolutely love how this looks. I love me a good pissed off Daredevil. We've already pretty much talked about the cell shading, but it looks so good across this figure. The back, it's a lot more scarce, which fair enough, but it's not bad. And I like that he doesn't have any on his gloves and his boots. I think that really adds a nice contrast to it. Although I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to like that as much, but I personally do. And then Hydro Man also has some nice cell shading. He's got a little bit like on his chest right there, a little bit across the stomach, legs, and arms. But, you know, this is literally just the exact... We have every part of this figure in another form. I'm pretty sure this is the exact head sculpt. Maybe, actually, this might be a new head sculpt. But it looks really good. You can see the detail of his facial features in his... It kind of get lost underneath the lights, but they look really good. I do like that. And this is going to be a little bit quicker of a video, so I'm just going to go into size comparisons because you guys already know exactly what you're getting with these in terms of articulation. Because it's the Renew Your Vows body and then the Luke Cage from the Netflix show body. So there's nothing new here. Especially when I just took a look at that Ben Reilly that shares this same body with Daredevil. So if you guys want to see the articulation from this figure, go ahead and go watch that video. But here he is next to the 3-pack Daredevil, which, as I said, and you guys have seen through pretty much the entire evolution of this figure, I modified heavily. I gave him the thicker shoulders, gave him the pants and boots and glove tops, and changed out the hands and painted everything, and it's completely different from the original 3-pack one, but I really love how it turned out because it actually looks like a good figure that I would want now, as opposed to where that other one just wasn't as great. And this one is just very... It's a very niche thing, and I really think that it's just good on its own. It's 2-pack one, and he's going to look great next to the cell-shaded Spider-Man, the Walmart one from the 90s that came out not too terribly long ago. But then here they are next to the Mafex classic Spider-Man as well, and I think these look great altogether. I love the bright comic book colors, and there's going to be some fun to be had with this set, I can tell you that much. Overall, like I said, kind of short and sweet, to the point. But I like this set. The Daredevil's really good. He's the whole reason to buy the set. But Hydro Man, he's a welcome inclusion. I like the red and blue, you know, dichotomy between the two in this set. The box, of course, is every other VHS set we've gotten from Hasbro. Looks beautiful. The articulation's the same, you know, as we got in all the other stuff. Solid articulation except for the neck, which I will be making a video on how to do that here after this video goes out. But the welcome additions of the open hands and the angry head and all that just looks so nice on this figure. And you can even swap it out onto the 3-pack one. And honestly, I think if you swap it out and you put the angry head on the 3-pack one, the cell shading on it, I feel like wouldn't look out of place. So I feel like it would add a little bit, you know, a little bit of color to him. But yeah, that's really all I can say. It's a set that I really wanted because I have a special place in my heart for the Daredevil with all the cell shading in that from the comics, and the Hydro Man is really cool with the clear blue and everything like that and the effects that he comes with. It's a welcome upgrade, in my opinion, and it's also something that if you're happy with the 3-pack one, you can pass on this with no real issue. So yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.